Have you ever thought if Copilot and AI can answer all these questions about my data, why can't it just also build me a UI to show my data? Like, why do I have to build a Canvas app just to visualize it? Or pay someone to make me a Power BI report? I just want to say, hey, Copilot, here's all my data. Go make me a map. And in a little bit, I get a beautiful map that works exactly as I expect. And I'm going to show you how I built this end to end. It's even interactive. I can click on things. I can show it in Dataverse or Teams, wherever I want. My name's Sean, a trainer at M365. And let's show this end to end. All of this is possible because declarative agents now support MCP apps. MCP apps aren't unique to Microsoft. They're an extension to the MCP protocol that allows any MCP server to deliver a custom UI experience. In this case, we're going to try it with Dataverse. Our process begins in our model-driven apps editor. Make sure to go to the preview URL or this won't work as expected. Next, you want to slide over to MCP apps. If you've never seen this before, I would suggest watching my other video that explains MCP apps in declarative agents. Now, to create a custom UI, you're going to want to click this Create button right here, which will let you decide what visualization you actually want to do. I'm going to call mine Show Critical Gas Stations, and underneath it, it says Show Gas Stations that need to be refilled immediately. For my use case, I have a bunch of gas stations in my system, and some of them are, running out of fuel, so I need to send a truck to go fill them up. I also want the truck to take the most optimal route to get to the gas station. I'm going to show you that in a second, so stick around. Now, here's where things get fun. If you've ever used AI Builder, it's a similar experience. So I'm going to go over here and click on Add Content. And then what it's going to do is it's going to open up all of the Dataverse tables I have. In my case, I need a count. That's where I'm storing my gas station. And then I pick which fields I'm going to want to display. In my case, I want to show owner, annual revenue, and it put them all here. And you might have noticed I have this return statement here. That's just what we have to type in for now to make sure it gives us JSON. But it doesn't just do one table. I can do relationships. For instance, all of the accounts have contacts underneath them. I want to show them like a child relationship. So I would click here. So first thing I'm going to do is select the primary contact because that's the relationship. And then once I'm inside of there, I'm going to go and select fields like the address. I want the first name. And then maybe I also want things like the full name. Now that I have all that, I'm going to click this test button up here. And then it takes a few seconds and it's going to show my test data right over here. And boom, as you can tell, it got the account information at the top, like the annual revenue and the account name. And right underneath here, it gave me all the child information, like the primary contact, the lookup. And now things get interesting. We have to go in here and open up Visual Studio Code to help with this next part. I would suggest coming in here and going to File and then Open Folder. I'm going to click on this folder this button that says New Folder, and I'm going to call it MCP Widget Maps and hit Select. And I want to open up a new terminal here. To get there, right at the top here, you want to press Terminal and then go ahead and press New Terminal. Once I have my terminal, I'm going to type in the word Copilot and it's going to kick off the GitHub Copilot CLI. If you don't have that downloaded, make sure to go download it. I'll put a link below. Make sure to download it. I'll put a link below how to get it. If you think you could just build this all using the VS Copilot chat, it's not going to work as well in my experience. Now, the first thing I need to do is make sure that I have the right plugin to do this work. So I'm going to type in here and type in plugin list. And then if you look at my list, MCP apps, I already have it. Now, if you don't see this plugin right here in there, you can go look up the command or you can just type into GitHub Copilot, how do I install the Power Platform plugin, and it will tell you. Next, I'm going to go type in this really big command that says generate an MCP app UI. I was very specific. That visualizes accounts on a map based on their address, if the owner does this, job title. I went into all these details, and you might have noticed that at the bottom here, I also pasted my JSON. All of this from earlier, this is what I pasted. And if you're thinking like, oh, what if my JSON's wrong? Is it gonna mess it up? Don't worry, it's pretty smart. When I run this, what it's gonna do is it's actually gonna, first I have to allow a couple things. But next, it's gonna call out when there is a certain type of an issue with it. Watch, it's running here, it's designing the app widget, and boom, right there, I am missing the field needed to drive the truck shaft, so I need the exact data shape before generating it. And so in here, it's asking me for like, hey, did you mess up the JSON? So I actually did, so I'm gonna paste the JSON again. I pasted my JSON, now it's clarifying, it's building it out right now, and boom, now, there's no way it's going to pop up beautifully like this for you. I've set up my Visual Studio Code to be able to do this. If you want to learn how to do that because we don't have time, come join our free AI architecture class. We run it every month, so sign up below. It's free, it's live, it's a lot of fun, and you get to learn these types of techniques. When you run this, you're probably just going to get a file that looks like this. And that's good enough. You're going to be able to take that file and continue the steps. But what I like about visualizing the data is I could do things like, oh, this 7 accounts on the map, I don't really like this. Let's ditch it. So I'm going to have the prompt ditch the whole title banner of the 7 accounts on map, just show the map. And then once we refresh this, we'll notice that that banner is gone. And what I've also set up is the ability to find a dispatcher. This is so cool. So in my system, I have the dispatchers who go and fill the gas. But as you can tell here, let me zoom in. They have this truck icon. And then I can also come down here if I'm happy with this decision. I can go in here and click on the button dispatch. And then boom, it is sending the following person to take care of this. But stop. Let's make sure we understand this. We cannot write data. We cannot update data. It can only visualize it. So even though it looks here like Michael Chen has been dispatched, what I would need to do is have the ability to like copy this data and put it back into Copilot and go update. Unfortunately, right now, it's just for reading data. So big limitation to think about. But this is what the capabilities could be down the road. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy all this code. I'm going to open up that designer we had earlier, and I'm going to click the next button. When I click next, it's just going to have a blank page where I'm just going to go copy in all my code, and I'm going to click save. And then what's going to happen is it'll give me some helpful instructions to go download this agent. But instead, I'm just going to come over here and look under custom tools. There it is. This is key. Save and publish. Save and publish right now, or it won't actually respect your changes. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and click the download app package, which is going to give me a zip file. Again, if this is all brand new to you, go check out my other video on this. I'm in Teams. And in Teams, I'm going to go over here to manage apps in the bottom right. I'm going to click that button and I'm going to click on upload an app. Then I'm going to go select my zip file and click open. And I'm going to click upload an app to your org's app catalog because I'm an admin. I don't have to pick the bottom one. Now, before I demo this app we just made, we should go explore that zip file. Like, what exactly did it make for us? Well, if we open up that zip file, we're going to notice a few different files in here. The app manifest isn't that helpful. App name, app description, whatever. But if we open up the declarative agent right here, we see all of these capabilities it has, such as, okay, connect to Graph, it can use Teams messages, and if we keep scrolling, oh, here's Dataverse, and then look right here. Here is the environment that it can go to. Now, remember, this is hard-coded, so you can't cherry pick which environment you want at runtime. And then if we keep going, look at these conversation starters, view all accounts, search specific account. These should look familiar to you. It's because when I first launched the app, these were the starters that appeared right here. And lastly, if we open up the AI plugin, we'll see that we have a bunch of MCP functions, edit record view. This comes with any MCP app you build, but all the way at the very bottom, we see, oh, use pumping stations. That's the one we just made together. Again, in our free crash course, this is the kind of things we do. We go behind the scenes to see what's really going on. So when we do have problems, we know how to solve them. So now in my Teams app, if I ask show critical gas stations, it's going to first pop. It's going to take a second. But then what it's going to do is it's going to pop out a window in iframe, and that is going to contain the map we just made. Now, it says it has to map all your accounts. That's because it's using Leaflet.js, which is a JavaScript library that's taking all my addresses, and it has to go find them and put them on the map. So it takes a little bit. So in this version, I'm showing the light one. And as you can see here, it's working well. I can click around on it, highlight information. It's doing its thing. But what I love is seeing all of this in Dataverse. So now I'm inside Dataverse, and what I'm going to do is I have Copilot open. So I'm going to pop out the side menu, click my new agent pumping station, and now I'm going to type in, show me the critical pumping stations. So then once I hit play over here, it's going to go and look at all of my gas stations over here that have very low fuel. So it's going to take a few seconds to get loading here. And then once it's actually ready, it's going to look really cool. I use the dark theme on this one. Boom, as I'm connecting here, it's showing me where the dispatchers are, what's the best route. I can dispatch someone if I want. Again, I would need to copy this information. And it is fully functional. I even have a light version. If you don't like the dark version, just go ask Copilot for a light version and it'll make something like this. In this example, I also decided to make the chatbot or the card system a little smaller. So again, the sky's the limit with what you can do. I'm Sean, and thanks for watching. Lastly, I have to thank the Microsoft team for helping me out with debugging and working with declarative agents. This is bleeding edge technology, and they're doing some amazing stuff. Claudio, Neamendu, and Hemen especially, thanks so much for all your assistance on these.